described Britney's mental state as nearly, quote, comatose, stating that she was terrified of her father and that they no longer have a speaking relationship. Just want you guys to know that I almost just fell backwards off of my bed. That's how my day's going so far. Hey guys, welcome back, or if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney, and I'm here to give you the creeps. If you're into true horror, I highly suggest that you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you're notified every single time that I upload, because I get on here every single week and tell you guys another true and scary story. So today's Unresolved Mystery, guys, is actually an update video to one of my favorite ever videos that I put out here on this channel. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you might remember this video right here. Look at her, she's beautiful, I love her. Which of course is the video where I broke down every single part of the Free Britney movement and told you exactly what was going on with that situation. That being said, guys, over the last couple of weeks, I've seen a few different updates here and there in regards to the Free Britney movement that I felt like I needed to bring to your attention, just so that you could be as up to date as possible on the iconic queen, Britney Spears. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, what are you doing? Definitely go watch that video, otherwise you're not going to know what the heck is going on in this video, and I'm gonna sound like I have on a literal tinfoil hat, okay? But for those of you who have seen that video and just need a quick refresher, the Free Britney movement is of course a campaign that was launched within the Britney Spears fandom back in 2008. And this campaign or movement came to be after Britney was placed under a court-ordered conservatorship that seemed overall a bit shady. According to this movement, her father, Jamie Spears, had grounds under this conservatorship to basically control her finances, her career, and essentially her entire life. I know. Terrifying. Now, like I said, guys, that entire story and just the theories surrounding it are really freaky and honestly some of the most terrifying things that I've seen on the internet thus far in 2020, as well as just in the past decade or so. Like, it is a really wild ride, so if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. But for the rest of you guys, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Now, if I remember correctly, guys, we last left off in this story back in August of this year, only a couple of days after a court hearing in regards to Britney's conservatorship. And it was during this hearing that Britney had planned to plead with the court to have the terms of her conservatorship changed, quote, substantially. What does that mean, you might ask? Well, I figured that out for you. According to multiple different sources that I found regarding this conservatorship hearing and just the whole Free Britney movement in general, I found that this substantial change was actually just a plea to the courts to have Jamie, Britney's father, removed as her guardian under this conservatorship. That said, guys, this court hearing in particular was actually supposed to be held virtually because of the pandemic, like they were gonna do it over the phone. However, due to technical difficulties, Britney wasn't actually in attendance to the actual court hearing itself. And instead of just rescheduling the court hearing to the following day or maybe the following week, they just went ahead and did it without her, even though she was the person in question in the actual hearing. You see how weird that is? It's freaking weird. And to make things even more bizarre when it comes to this specific court date, Jamie Spears actually had the details of this conservatorship hearing blocked from media view. Why, dude? Something is not adding up here to me. Now, that said, guys, since this court hearing back in August took place, there have been a few more different court hearings regarding Britney Spears' conservatorship, which ultimately has shed a little bit more light onto the Free Britney movement and just the whole situation going on here. So let's go ahead and rewind back to October 14th of 2020, just a few weeks ago, in fact. This is when Britney and her legal team actually won a small victory when it comes to the conservatorship itself. Now, apparently, at some point leading up into this October court hearing, Britney had filed a request with the courts to have her legal team expanded. From what I was able to understand from my research, it seemed this was because she wanted more people in her corner to kind of keep Jamie Spears in check when it came to her personal affairs and finances. And if you're asking for my opinion, it's kind of concerning that a 38-year-old should have to ask for that, but you know, she did. And luckily, the court ruled in her favor in regards to this request. That said, if I understood correctly from my research, it seemed as if Jamie Spears strongly opposed this request that Britney put out to the courts. Shady, shady, shady. Now, that said, guys, it is about at this point in the timeline that Sam Ingham, one of Britney's lawyers, actually described Britney's mental state as nearly, quote, comatose. I know, what the f does that mean? Now, according to Ingham, Britney made it clear that she no longer wanted to perform in the spotlight and have this career that she had set up for herself. A tragedy, I know, but also I can't blame her. Kind of like, I'm too old for this shit. And allegedly, feel like I should probably say that more in these true crime videos. Allegedly, her father, Britney Spears, wanted her to continue performing, and since under this conservatorship he had the right to kind of further her career on her behalf, she would have to continue even though she didn't really want to. Hate that for her, honestly. Now, it's believed that when the court asked Ingham if Britney would be willing to sign a declaration of her feelings, he said that his client lacked the capacity to be able to sign such a declaration, which of course would be the same sort of terminology that a lawyer would use when speaking on behalf of a coma patient. Weird, I know. But let's keep going with this. Now, apparently, they asked Ingham to clarify what he meant by nearly comatose, and he claimed that he was using this term as an expression to demonstrate her ability to sign a legal document to the full extent of her knowledge. That said, guys, when I really started to think about that phrasing and just this portion of the update, I got really, uncomfy with the whole situation, because it made me start to think about all of the posts that Britney had recently posted on her social media, wherein a lot of her fans said that she looked very dazed and kind of out of it. Now, what bothered me about this was the fact that there were a lot of fans who theorized that she might have been drugged in order to keep her complacent within this conservatorship situation. I'm not saying that's what happened, I'm just saying that's a theory. Allegedly. Okay? And if this statement that Ingham gave is actually true and something that he did in fact say in a court hearing, wouldn't that provide some sort of evidence to this theory within the Free Britney movement? I don't know, you tell me. Now, that being said, guys, if this claim is true, then it kind of contradicts a lot of what the Free Britney movement is pushing. I mean, think about it. If she's incapable of signing a legal document to the full extent of her knowledge, then wouldn't she also be incapable of running her personal affairs to the full extent of her knowledge? I'm not saying that's the case, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, don't you dare come for me. Sorry for the sass, I love you all. That said, guys, this point does lead us into our next update that actually popped up just last week. Now, if you guys have been following along with this story with me, you would know that the whole purpose of the Free Britney movement is to free Britney from this conservatorship. See what I did there? Now, by that I mean Britney, along with her legal team, have actually put in a few requests in order to abolish the entirety of this conservatorship. Like, get that shit out of here, you know? And last week, we actually got an update on the status of that request. Unfortunately, it's not great news. Spoiler alert, sorry. Because on November 11th of 2020, the courts actually ruled to have that motion denied. I know, like, why? And guys, what's even more frustrating, at least to me, in regards to the Free Britney movement and just the whole situation regarding her conservatorship, is the fact that apparently, allegedly, at this point in the process, the courts have heard multiple testimonies from Britney stating that she was terrified of her father and that they no longer have a speaking relationship. I know. And if that's the case, then many people within the Free Britney movement are wondering why Britney Spears has so much control over her in her personal affairs if the two of them are no longer, you know, talking to each other at all. It's just bananas to me, okay? But with that in mind, guys, as of right now, that's pretty much all of the information that I have for you in regards to the Free Britney movement. Like I said in the last video within this little mini series here on my channel, I swear I will let you guys know exactly what is going on with the Free Britney movement as I get more information on the subject itself. I really enjoy making these videos and I'm kind of passionate about this case, if I'm being 100% honest. Like, the entirety of just having a conservatorship when you're 38 years old just blows my freaking mind, especially when you have as successful of a career as Britney Spears does. I'm just saying, it's bananas. So I will definitely keep you posted as more information comes out in regards to this story. But with that being said, I think that's pretty much it for today's video. If you made it all the way here to the end and liked what you saw, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. Also, make sure you leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of the Free Britney movement. Do you have any theories? Let me know what you think, because you know I love having those discussions with you guys in the comment box below. Also, if you're feeling generous and liked what you saw in this video, make sure you give this video a share, because it really does help my channel reach as many people as possible. And like I said in previous videos, you know how much I appreciate the love and support in that way. And finally, guys, thanks so much for watching. watching. My name is Courtney, and I run a true horror channel here on YouTube. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I come on here every single week and tell you guys another true and scary story, so if that's something you're interested in seeing more of, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you're notified every single time that I upload. And with that said, I'll see you all next week for another new video. Bye.